joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
Coach, the weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the Atlanta Falcons. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First carry for Kenyon Drake. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brings up second and 11 at the 24-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a second and 11. Now Rosen looking to throw. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. They'll get 4 out of that, and it'll bring up a third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Here we go.
On third down, Rosen. Into the hands of the tight end. This is Jordan Thomas. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Running, it's Drake. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From the 38, Rosen. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. It's complete to Graham. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 44-yard line. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Drake. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
You got nothing to run. You got middle. Whip. Watch the whip. Middle. 54. Yes. 54.
Now it's Rosen. And his throw is incomplete. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, only thing larger than his name is wingspan as he knocks that one away.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
Eighth play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down.
Alpha. Right there. 54, right there.
From the gun, it's Rosen. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Leo, on the ball.
After the turnover, here's Locke. And he's going to take a shot right away. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. Certainly not the cleanest of starts to this football game. Back-to-back plays yield turnovers in this first quarter.
So there's not much flow right now. A very choppy game. And I know this. It's a copycat league. We say it all the time about the NFL, but I'm not quite sure this is what they had in mind about something they wanted to emulate.
No, you don't want to emulate a turnover. They'll start the drive with Drake. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. To throw is Rosen. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
And they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 42-yard line. Block now on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zach Brown making his presence felt in the backfield. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Locke to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 27-yard line. Rock now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. And nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zach Brown able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
50 wants the mic. Hey, Delta. 3 buds. Go, Mike 51, Mike 51. Go.
Throwing on second and long. Lock. Wide open receiver, complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. They'll come out in the pistol.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Tell me what you got. What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go. Hard. Kill. Check it out.
They'll run it with Kamara. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Smooth.
Block now to throw, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20, 10, and he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Dolphins touchdown. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo, you said. Momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. 6-0 our score after 1. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10.
Ready.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction, and when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
At the 7-yard line.
50 wants the mic. 50 wants the mic. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go. Fight.
Again, they'll throw with Locke. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Allen Robinson with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point.
Brandon, they just got the ball, and already they're in the end zone, and you're getting ready to talk about the PAT. That was fast.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position. Where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
Middle. Check 20.
Here's Rosen. He'll get this one to his tight end. That's Jason Kroon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
And a Dolphin first down.
Check. Watch 54. Pick it up.
On first down, Drake. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down now, it's Drake. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now the Purdue man, this is Akeem Hunt. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. And they'll throw it with Rosen. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Yes. 52. Watch 52. 52's the mic. Big trip.
Block now on first down. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. But what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs, and if you're over on the bench with your defensive mate and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you've got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
FCC violation.
No doubt.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. The Dolphins on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing, because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Falcons 31.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Mike 51. Hey, Zoo. They can't. 51's Mike. Mike 51. I'm on. Hey, Mike 51. Mike 51. Watch the out.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rosen. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in.
Let's go, baby.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Drake. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 3rd and goal, Rosen. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Credit the sack to Jonathan Hankins.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. You end up having to take 3 there.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day, offense.
Rock it.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That one goes for 30 yards. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
Hey, exit. Hey!
Watch the run. It's soft, baby. That's baby soft. Mike 51.
Gone.
Check tight.
Five. Shoot.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Going up top. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now Rosen. The catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Rosen now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10.
Hey, 4 down. Check. Motion out of the backfield. Play it. 80.
And now it's Rosen looking. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Intended for Tyler Lockett. Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. We got 4. No. Motion.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the stick, 2nd and 15.
Tight ends on the Ringo. Hey. 4 down. Check it, Humphrey. Hey.
Rosen will throw. Pressure comes and down goes Rosen. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Switch. I got it.
Hug.
Final play of the half here. It's Rosen. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Hey, high 7.
Clock will try again on 2nd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down. Block now, 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. He gives it up, and this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, Sam off. Hey, Echo. What? Squeeze. Snap.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Lock. Looking left sideline, it's complete. 23 yards the pickup there. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Check, look at me. Go.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lock. Robinson's got it. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Allen Robinson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And their halftime hold now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They stay on the ground with Drake. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A give running right, Drake. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, it's Williams. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check 43.
They'll run with Drake. And a short gain down to about the 33. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Here's Rosen to throw. Oh, Rosen is stripped to the football. And the Falcons grab it. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. 20. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. So the turnover forced and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24.
And on 1st and goal, they decided to throw for it, but the coverage was excellent. And he kept holding the ball, hoping someone would shake free. Instead, he's hit and drop. And now, they're not even in the red zone anymore.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Block. And this is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
22 jet bomber. Get it.
On 3rd and long, it's locked. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was a nice score.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
Come on, take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now Rosen looking to throw. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Name on that. 54. It's a party now. It's a party now. Mike.
On third down. Rosen over the middle, complete. It's Grant. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Check motion, 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 motion. Mike 5-4, Mike 5. Alert, alert, alert. Let's go one more. Right there, 54, right there.
Throwing now, Rosen on first down. This complete to Lockett. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th. Now Rosen on first down. Throw left side, complete. That's Grant. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches at the 21-yard line.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down.
Drop deep, drop deep. Chance, my chance, my chance. Kill, 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 kill.
Now a handoff for Drake. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. Now, yes, a two-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a two-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll run it with Williams. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll get it to Drake, running left. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Kenyon Drake, his 6th touchdown of the season. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Raekwon McMillan. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
80 weapons. Fair. Leo! Shoot!
After the sack on first down, Locke. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. Under 4 to play now. Clock running, third down.
Watch quick. Check out. Bang, bang.
Rock it.
Bang, bang.
Hey, Haywood.
Check 99. Switch.
Gone.
Locke gonna throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This will be fielded at the 17. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 33-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hey, Charlie!
51 the mic, boy. 51. Go.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. It's caught, blocking. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Mike 51. Watch the screen.
From midfield now, here's Rosen. Got his man, it's Eifert. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Tack McKinley in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed.
Well, they needed the touchdown and the two-point conversion, but they're not going to get a shot at either. This is a great play here defensively, Brandon, and at a time that they sorely needed one. And that could be enough to help get them out of here with a victory.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51.
After the turnover, here's Locke. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Come on, set. 10-2 start.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Hey, lock it. Hit it.
Locke going to throw it here. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Rosen. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 35, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
It's smooth. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Kill. Hey, turn it up. 51 the mic, boy. 51.
Ready?
They'll actually throw it with Locke. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, Sam off.
Throwing his Locke on 3rd down. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Recon, 132 fighter. Go. Fight.
Now Locke again. They'll roll him out right. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
Squeeze. Bravo.
Kill.
Look at me. Go.
Check 4. Slam.
Deep grip.
Here's Locke to throw. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Brings up yards to go.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
You're out. Get it.
Lock now on 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete in the end zone. It's now 4th down and goal.
And I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal.
Orbit.
Lock gonna go on 4th down. And this is incomplete. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense.